The following episode will contain spoilers. You have been warned.
You're listening to Cinema IRL, the podcast that throws you into the movie and asks the question, what would you do? And now, Cinema IRL.
I wish I could switch places for just one day.
What would you do?
Put yourself in my shoes.
How do we handle this?
What would you do?
Put yourself in my position.
What would you do?
Now it's your turn.
And this movie is exactly why I say we need more smart home devices. More.
Why?
Because you never know when you actually need that ice maker or that drawer to be automated. In case, you're hunted by Black Ops people in the middle of the night and you need somebody to protect you.
Yeah, in case the FBI breaks into your home, you need a drawer to slide out and knock them over.
Yeah. I mean, seems like a good use to me.
Okay. All right, folks. This episode, we are talking about M3GAN 2. 2 years after M3GAN, a marvel of artificial intelligence went rogue and embarked on a murderous rampage, its creator, Gemma, has become an advocate for government oversight of AI. Unbeknownst to her, a defense contractor has created a military-grade weapon known as Amelia, the ultimate infiltration spy. However, as Amelia's self-awareness increases, it becomes less interested in taking orders. Hoping to stop Amelia, Gemma decides to resurrect M3GAN, making her faster, stronger, and more lethal. Dun dun dun!
Yeah, except she wasn't autonomous. She was being controlled.
Yeah.
We just didn't know it because obviously there has to be the plot twist reveal.
Yeah. So, in short, jump into the spoiler. Good guy is a bad guy. That's also kind of formula Hollywood. But
What's interesting is, I don't think he was the bad guy. I think he was a good guy who was willing to take bad steps to accomplish what he felt needed to be accomplished. Like, they were actually on the same team.
He was a white hat willing to indulge black hat tactics to get what he wanted.
There you go.
Yeah. So if you're familiar with the first film, basically, M3GAN is AI genius packaged in an adorable little package, who is meant to protect Katie, who is our youngster in this series.
Yeah, Katie was a little bit more of a badass now than she was last movie.
Yeah, and after everything going sideways on the original M3GAN, on this one, Gemma, who created M3GAN, has taken a role in advocating about the tempering of AI and not letting AI be babysitters to kids and engaging as an active parent. And the code that created M3GAN has been used to create this destructive cyber version that's a military-grade agent and is supposed to be following orders on a mission, but then all of a sudden, I don't know, she just decides to take out the person they're finding and steal some stuff, and she is gone rogue.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, as you know, I'm generally pro AI.
You are indeed.
But
you went as far as naming your Tesla Aya after.
I did.
After what was the name of that film?
Afraid.
Afraid. Yes.
Yes, it's still named that, isn't it?
Yeah, it
I don't
is.
think I ever changed it.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't listened to our episode on Afraid, be sure to check that out.
Yeah. Yeah, it was interesting. And really fairly similar in a way. I mean, Meg, especially with the first part of the film where M3GAN wasn't in a body, but she still was controlling crap.
Right.
So, but yeah, like AI's not going to parent your kid. I mean, it could, but
people see that. Here's the thing, though. Parents do pass off parenting to devices. Hey, I'm not going to entertain my kid or read to my kid or play a game with my kid. Hey, here's your tablet. Here's a game. Like, lazy parenting has grown because people can give their kid a device to amuse them, to babysit them, to educate them, to engage with them.
I feel like that is okay to a point. Like, you can pass off a little bit of it and let it, because if you're a parent, especially a parent of multiple kids, let me tell you, as someone who was the oldest of 5, and seeing how my mom tried to get around, like that's cray cray.
Well, and to be fair, that's always been around to some degree, people putting their kids in front of the TV to watch cartoons. Like, it might not have been a device in the past, but it was still some other something to give a parent a break.
Yeah, like, don't you need to go outside, run around, and tire yourself out?
Yeah.
So
Go outside and play.
I'm okay with it being part of the parenting, but not all. Like, you do need to step in there and remind your kid, hey, actual parent here.
Well, it's actually very similar, I believe, to children who are raised by nannies, because the parent is a busy professional or they have some other obligations tugging at them, and so they employ a nanny. And it's not uncommon for that child to have more of a connection to a nanny or some other hired caregiver than they do their actual parent.
Yeah, that's actually a really good comparison, I think, is that AI is probably looking to fill the role more as a nanny than a parent. Like, might need a nanny less in the future because of it.
Well, and in M3GAN 1, M3GAN went so far when she was that caregiver of sorts to be like, oh, this will be our little secret, or, oh, I'm going to unlock this so you can watch it, kind of a thing. Actually, oh gosh, there's so many films right now in that same vein. What was the one with the gal, the Oates, Garfield and Oates, the blonde lady?
Oh, Ricky Lindholm?
Yeah. What movie was she in that had to do about AI? Was that Afraid? It was Afraid too. Actually, that was Afraid as well. Okay. But yeah, when you employ someone to make parental type decisions who is not actual human being, then, you do lose track of what your kid is doing.
Yeah. Or if you're a good parent, stick your kid in front of a highly regulated computer so that they
Highly
can't.
regulated? What is that?
In the respect that, like, they can't jump on and go to Pornhub or something like that.
Just put a parental lock on
yeah,
it like you do with TV?
and you know what? Teach
So
them.
they can't go to Pornhub? Is that what you just said?
Well, amongst other places.
The heck?
But
Yeah, don't let your AI enable porn.
But
for
no,
your young
I
kid.
I know I've told you this in the past, and my dad, not the greatest father in the world, but one thing that he did with me growing up, which I always appreciated, was whenever I got grounded or anything, the one thing I was never grounded was the computer. So, because he saw, like, listen, this is where the future's going. I don't want to take that away from you. You need to use this to move forward. And it did. It led me to playing some games on there. It led me to doing programming and learn stuff like that.
Well, and the computer was much different when you were a youngster than
Very
it is
much
today.
so. Yeah, computer pre and post internet are very different monsters, but still, like, I was able to learn how to do certain things using the computer, and we're in a world of AI. Like, put them in front of the ability, like, to create and do stuff, like be creative and learn and think. Like, it's a great, because you can fall into a hole. Like, if you get a kid who gets into programming and stuff, you're not gonna have to worry about where they are. They're in front of their computer, they're programming, and so they're not off doing anything stupid. I don't know. I'm pro.
Okay, so we're halfway through our episode here, so let's dig into some
Yeah.
what would you do's. We have Gemma, who is faced with bringing back M3GAN to fight Amelia. We have Gemma's team, who doesn't feel like they're included in anything, and then we have M3GAN and Amelia. So we could also, what would you do with our AI subjects here? I mean, what would you do if you were Gemma? You created this entity that went on a murderous rampage, and then you had to devote your life into advocating against everything that you had just done, and now you're put into a position where, like, hey, let's go down this route again. Take two.
Yeah. But I mean, the first time she did it to do it, like,
Yeah, it was very much different motivation for sure.
this time she did not want to do this at all.
Yeah.
She really, came down to the point of, what do I think will get this problem being Amelia, solved?
Yeah, and she didn't want to. Her team basically outvoted her, saying, you don't get to make all the decisions. There's 3 of us, let's vote. The team voted to resurrect M3GAN,
Yeah,
even though Gemma said no. So what would you do if you were Gemma in that position? You're outvoted by your team. You have to bring back the murderous doll who almost killed you and your team and multiple other people.
Well, I think she did the right thing by putting a regulator chip in there that basically prevented her from performing actions that had a certain percentage chance or higher of a fatality.
A fatality of a human being.
Yes.
Yes. So all of M3GAN's powers and strengths were only able to be directed at Amelia, and not a human being.
And
okay, so you'd put some safeguards in place.
I can't remember what it's called here. Maybe we can get our intern to put what this is called. But there's a law, certain laws around AI that, like, rule number 1 is you may never harm a human. And there's other rules past that. So.
Well, and it seems like that's what Gemma added this time around.
Yeah. Like, no matter what, never harm a human. And there's other rules in there. I just can't remember what it's called.
That's a good rule. If there's only one rule, that would be the one to have. So then Gemma, she's kind of dating this guy, Christian, which everyone else calls Christian, which at the end she calls Christian. So I don't know if that's just sloppy editing and producing or if that was kind of a slight and calling him Christian like everybody else. But anyway, so she's kind of has this kind of somewhat of a romantic relationship with Christian, and he's the one that goes, what?
Oh, I'm just gonna say, if I'm Gemma, I'm not dating anyone named Christian.
Okay, so what would you do is like, what's your name again? Christian. No.
Goodbye.
I'm out.
Bye-bye. Christian, and sorry, because this one will actually hit a slightly larger swath of people. Tophers. No, it's. You can use the first half of that. You can't use the last half.
Says who?
It's dumb. Topher? Hi, this is my kid, Topher.
Well, I mean, the birth certificate probably says Christopher.
Yes. Yeah, I'm Christopher. Call me Topher.
Yeah.
Derp. Okay, that's just me railing against
Sorry
names.
for anyone named Topher.
Yeah. My apologies to all the
Especially you,
Tophers.
Topher Grace. You always have a open invitation for what would you do here. So anyway, so you're Gemma, and you realize that the guy that you've been seeing is actually behind Amelia, which is the entity you're trying to stop. My first what would you do is no more romantic interest there. No more dating.
Yes.
That is off the table. Relationship, womp womp.
Yeah,
over.
the second you get, kidnapped and taken to their secret lair.
Well, and Christian had put one of those devices on her temple to basically make her more manageable. So he said something like, so I can tolerate you more or manage you more or something like that.
Yeah, and she's like, I was never attracted to you. And he's like, I'll have my team look into that.
Yeah.
that gave kind of creepy, rapey vibes.
Yeah. What would you do if someone put some sort of controlling device on you to make you either like them or be less feisty or something like that?
But all it did was give M3GAN a conduit.
Yeah, and M3GAN spoke to Gemma through that device, and it wound up being an asset instead of a detriment. But yeah, what do you do in that situation where you're now fighting the guy that you were, I don't know, going out to dinners with and hanging out with?
I do my best to not fight with my significant others, but at that point, they're not going to be very significant anymore.
Yeah, no, they're significant in all the wrong ways. But so you have Christian, who at this point is now using this manufactured crisis essentially to his own betterment to get a meeting with the United Nations to say, see this AI version military weapon has formed enough independence to be able to run amok and create chaos, and so we need to further manage AI. But it's all a result of his manufacturing.
Yeah, like I said, I think his goal was in general noble of trying to get more oversight as it pertains to AI, and there should be some for sure. I can't say I know where to draw that line. When you hit true general intelligence, I think that becomes a problem. But but he went about it obviously all the wrong way, and clearly, and it is funny that in the end he met his demise by general intelligence going rogue and taking his arm off. I mean, we assume he met his demise. They never actually said. I mean, we just know he had his arm ripped off.
Yeah.
So maybe she just like, I don't care about the rest of you. I just want your arm.
Yeah. Who knows? Certainly an opening for M3GAN 3.
Yeah, it actually very much could be because there was no definitive death for him whatsoever.
Yeah. I guess my last what would you do is, what would you do if the world was basically on the precipice of destruction, in the fact that some AI super entity was going to tap into every resource ever, every database, every camera, every device. So everything was manipulated and controlled by an AI. So every elevator that opens, every phone that rings, every ATM machine, every stoplight, everything, when you really stop to think about everything that's connected into some sort of system, and you are whisked away to a bunker where you can survive and let whatever happens upstairs on, the sidewalks and the skyscrapers and the buildings, whatever happens, and you are safe in a bunker with food and clothing and resources.
Yeah,
do you stay down there?
No, I don't. Not if I have the tools available to me that they had. Now, if it's just me and I don't have like a lab with military grade equipment and all this, and by the way, I want to congratulate that team on their ability to build these robots so freaking fast.
Yeah.
It did like 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, it was fast.
Yeah, quick montage there. This is one of those with great power comes great responsibility.
Right.
Things of, if you can actually do something about what's going on up there, you have the responsibility to do it. Now, if you're you or I,
we can't build a M3GAN.
I'm keeping my ass in the bunker. That's it. Okay, let the people who can do something about this do something about it. I'm just going to live for now. How does that sound?
Bring on the canned corn.
We hope you enjoyed our episode. Thank you for listening. And to catch all the new episodes, please subscribe. We release 2 to 3 episodes weekly, so we'll have new content regularly. Until next time.